First-person shooters and mods go together like peanut butter and jelly. They just work so well together. And for years and years, people have been modding other games into other first-person shooters since the days of Doom. And even to this day, there are games that most of us play that were spawned out of mods. Games like Counter-Strike or Team Fortress, both being mods for the original Half-Life and eventually becoming their own titles. But what if I were to tell you that there is a VR game that combines all of your favorite first-person shooters into one platform and allows you to experience them all up close and personal? That platform is Contractors VR. Now, Contractors VR in of itself is a fantastic VR shooter. The game is emulating the same type of gameplay you'd find in Call of Duty, which has like twitchy first-person shooter mechanics, quick time to kill. Hell, there's even a loadout system, loads of game types, and even a zombies mode, despite how janky it is. In fact, Contractors on top of a fantastic base game has such a vast modding community that at this point you can basically play multiple different flat screen first-person shooters in VR just by playing Contractors. So today I wanted to dive into some of these different loadout mods in combination with custom maps found in this game's mod menu and show which flat screen multiplayer games you can play today in VR. The first one being Halo VR.
Someone in there?
This one has got to be probably my favorite of the bunch because Halo has always been my favorite first-person shooter series. Now granted, you're not getting the full multiplayer suite experience. You're not getting things like Infection, King of the Hill, Capture the Flag, or even vehicles for that matter. Instead, you're gonna get basic game types to be able to play with Halo. Things like Team Deathmatch, Domination, or even Free-for-All. But the fact that you're in the shoes of a Mark 6 and you get to choose pretty much any Halo weapon from Halos 2 and 3, and even a couple from Reach, seeing your armor and those guns in VR is an awesome experience.
The fact that I can dual wield a rocket launcher in a VR is fucking badass.
True Spartan mode.
The great thing about this game type as well is that it also includes a custom reticle for each weapon that you use. Unfortunately, it's not like the typical arena gameplay you'd see from Halo, where you can pick up weapons out on the field. It kind of has like a Halo 4 style loadout system, but this is the closest that we'll probably ever get to experience a proper Halo VR game. Now with all the praise I've given this Halo game type, it's very unfortunate that over the past few months, a lot of the maps for Halo have just disappeared from the mod tab. There's not really an explanation why or one that I could find online. However, I'm hoping one day we see all these maps return. For now though, I'll deal with mixing Halo with Call of Duty maps, because it still feels relatively fine. But speaking of Call of Duty, there are various different Call of Duty loadouts that you can find on the mod tab, but on top of that, you can find most of the maps from Call of Duty's multiplayer history in this game, and they all play incredibly well in VR. In fact, in addition to the loadouts, there's a Modern Warfare 2 loadout, which has every single weapon from Modern Warfare 2. There's even a Modern Warfare 3 loadout, which is not too different from Modern Warfare 2's, but there's a few great additions to it. And there's even an Infinite Warfare loadout. This definitely takes me back to the days where the AK-47 was like the meta for these games, and being able to spray through groups of enemies with just the AK is awesome. Plus, you can run around with a big-ass intervention in hand, and I mean, who hasn't wanted to see these things up close and personal? Plus, the variety of Call of Duty maps that are available in the mod page, whether they be from the latest Call of Duty games, or even classic maps from like Call of Duty 2, and pretty much the entire roster of maps from most Call of Duty games.
Yeah, man. We're gonna hit him with a good old noob too.
Hey. The next game type I want to cover, and probably the most popular one, I mean, hell, every time I load up matchmaking on this game, there's like 5 different lobbies open just on the main screen for matchmaking, is the Star Wars Clone Wars game type.
Better
With the Star Wars loadout in conjunction with multiple different maps from Star Wars Battlefront to Republic Commando and even other Star Wars titles, this is the closest we will ever get to playing Star Wars Battlefront in VR. There are even different classes that you would expect and find from Star Wars Battlefront available to be played here. You have your Assault class, Heavy class, even the Officer class with the jetpack is available here. And holy shit, it is so fun jumping around the maps with that jetpack and running around with dual pistols. And they've also recently updated this game type to include an actual hero system, just like in the original Battlefronts.
Oh shit! Dooku's here! Whoa! Dookie? Dookie's here. Dookie's in the house.
So after doing objectives, getting kills over time, you can choose a heavier class of soldier or get to spawn as the hero from either side of the war. The only heroes we have available currently are Anakin and Count Dooku, but that's mainly because the only Star Wars game type that works at the moment is Clone Wars. So you only really get to play in the Clone Wars era. But still, it's everything that you fully expect from Star Wars Battlefront. Minus the vehicles, unfortunately. And the next, wait, do you hear that ticking? Oh, that's familiar. Welcome to Team Fortress 2. Now, there's not a whole lot of maps for the TF2 loadout, but even then, what is there? I have lost countless hours in. And mind you, I haven't played TF2 since like the OG TF2 days, like since Orange Box. And this feels exactly how I remembered it, just in VR. For the most part, you are playing Team Fortress 2. Minus a few heroes. I think we're mainly missing like the engineer and the spy, and there might be one more missing here, but for the most part you get to play as other classes like the scout, the sniper, the pyro, heavy, medic, and even the demo man. And they all play exactly as you'd expect them to from the original game. Now there's no capture the flag available, but there is like TF2 or kill confirmed you can play, but one of the mainstays is playing payload. It is incredibly fun, especially having an 8v8 playlist. I've spent way more time in Team Fortress 2 VR than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, let's go! GG.
Good job, man.
And the last game mode that I want to look over, because there's not really many maps from this game in particular, however, the loadout is still incredibly fun, and that is Titanfall. Now, if you've ever played Titanfall, you know that there's double jumping, and there is also wall running available in that game. And this is also available here with this particular loadout. I would say this is probably my least played game type on this list of mods, but I think that's due to the lack of maps that allow for this type of movement style. However, I am excited to see how this game type gets expanded upon with different maps, because this game type is relatively new, but insanely fun. Now, there's probably a lot of other loadouts that I didn't get to talk about in this video or didn't get a chance to play just yet, but because Contractors has such a variety of game modes or even game types to play in itself, I will definitely be venturing out and exploring more of what this game has to offer. But until then, and until they bring back those Halo maps into the mod tab, I'm just gonna get back to playing some more Team Fortress 2. But anyways, what games would you like to see added to Contractors? Let me know down in the comments below. Or even if you've had good experiences with any of these game types or mods, I'd love to hear about them down in the comments.
Also, I wanted to give a quick shout out to everyone who viewed my last Bone Lab video. I was not expecting that video to blow up as big as it did. So thank you to all the new viewers of the channel and all the new subscribers. And I hope all of you new subscribers enjoy the stuff that I'm going to be releasing throughout the year, because I have a lot of different stuff planned. I'm going to be venturing away from VR content over the next few videos and experimenting with some stuff. Hopefully you join me throughout that journey.
But anyways, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. But yeah, if you liked the video, make sure to leave a like or sub if you want to see more content like this in the future. And most importantly, I hope you have a fantastic day. Peace out.
Dookie?